Good morning, class of 2020 and families. I'm really delighted we were able to put this together and that the weather is cooperating so well for all of us right now. Before getting started, I just wanted to say a couple of things. I can't imagine how all of you have dealt with the last few months and in particular these last few weeks. But seeing all of you here today gives me the hope that not only for each of you, but for the entire country as a whole, we will eventually emerge from this stronger, more united, and with a greater sense of justice and purpose. Congratulations and thank you. You can also tell everyone you were part of the first drive-in graduation ceremony. We will now begin with our graduates. Graduates, when you hear your name, please come up to the table here to receive your diploma at yearbook, report card, and transcript. Our first graduate, Dizere Brown. There you go. Jordan Clark. Jessica Johnson. Marlon Johnson II. We got to get them mixed up. You had it. Call Jordan Clark back. Jordan's. Devin Lyles. There you go. Samir Mundy. Terrell Palmer Mitchell. Nia Presley. Isaiah Sterling. Siani Brown. Siani! Woohoo! Our next graduate was inducted into the National Honor Society this spring and is also graduating with highest honors, Shayla Cooper Green. Woohoo! Our next graduate was also inducted into the National Honor Society this spring. Our senior class president, Amani Freeman. Marlene Jean. Taylor Jones. There you go. Our next graduate is Claudia Lubin. She's got that one. Claudia. Anaya Robinson. Naya. Get a picture, Naya. Graduates, we got to take our tassels, moving from one side to the other, at a count of three. 3, 2, 1. Turn over. You made it. One more celebration for our class of 2020. I'd like to call Miss Young, our Dean of Students, up to issue the award for the Turnaround Student of the Year.
Thank you, Mr. Walsh. Good morning, Max family. Congratulations, class of 2020. I stand before you proud, and it's an honor to acknowledge this particular student for being the Turnaround Student of the Year. When this kid, well, student or young man started, he was a bit silly, didn't take his grades as seriously as he should, and then as he grew and as he evolved, he turned it around. He became mature, and he started mentoring 9th graders. And I was extremely proud of him. And when I called him out privately and asked him to mentor a 9th grader who was struggling, he did so willingly. And he checked in daily, weekly, to make sure that 9th grader was secure, he was safe, and he was doing his studies. So it gives me great honor, and it's a pleasure to hand the Turnaround Student Year Award to Mr. Ayobami Adejuma. Oh, and he has some Amazon cards.
Ayobami Adejumo, right back up here for your diploma. Our next graduate is Edward Corella Albizu. There you go. Eddie. Our next graduate is Samir Davis. Congratulations, Amir. Our next graduate is Joshua Gonzalez. Over here, Josh. Congratulations, Josh. Josh, hold it up for a picture, man. Our next graduate is Elkins G. Marie. Elkins, congratulations. Next graduate, Amira Jordan. Congratulations, Amira. Our next graduate is Chara Leith. Next graduate, Ricky Manley III. Congratulations, bud. And our final graduate for our third wave of graduation this morning, Darius Reed. Graduates, we have one final thing. We got to take our tassels, turn it to the other side. Keep your distance as best as possible here, graduates. Just spread each other out a little bit. Turn around, don't face us. Face them, don't face us. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Turn over. You made it. One more round of applause for our graduates. Before issuing our graduates their diplomas, I will be issuing the Principal's Award. The Principal's Award is given to the student who has shown significant growth in maturity and character, as well as overall excellence, reflecting the high standards that the Max family expects of a graduating senior. I am proud to announce that this year's recipient of the Principal's Award is Adina Mosley. Adina, in the short time I've had the pleasure of getting to know you, I've witnessed your steadfast dedication to your academic success and your kindness to both your classmates and school staff. I'd like to share some comments from teachers about why they believe you deserved the Principal's Award this year. Mr. Pagoda reports Adina has a kind heart, a warm smile, and an undying commitment to succeed. She works incredibly hard and is an absolute pleasure to teach. She always stops by to say hello in the hallways and turns the dull days bright. Miss Chambers says Adina has grown a lot as a student and has matured a lot over the years in many ways. She has demonstrated her passion for learning and helping others in the classroom with daily participation and working with her peers. Her willingness to help others is one of her many great traits, and she is truly a Max Scholar. Simply put, Adina is awesome. Ms. Coyne says Adina consistently demonstrates perseverance and dedication to her academics, but also goes above and beyond to help other students. She volunteers to help with getting snacks to the tutoring centers. She offers guidance and support to other students in the school. She has an infectious optimism and is an excellent team member. Mr. Alfano says, Adina was a great student for me in civics, always used her time wisely and approached otherwise sensitive current events topics in a very respectable manner. Mr. Larkin says, Adina is everything a teacher could want in a student. She cares about the subject matter, she works well with everyone, she is unfailingly kind and polite, and never fails to do her work in a thorough and timely manner. Mr. Tran, I have never heard Adina say anything mean to anyone. She's just one of the sweetest kids in our school. To top it all off, she works harder than most because she cares so much about her education. And finally, Miss Elliott says, I had the joy of teaching Adina in 9th, 11th, and 12th grade. She is a hard worker and is always willing to lend a helping hand to those in need. A highlight of my day was her stopping by in the morning to say hello and quickly check in. I am so proud of what she accomplished at Max and can't wait to see her dreams come true. Adina, congratulations on receiving the Principal's Award and a check for $500. Adina, in addition, your name will be inscribed right here and be in the hallway for everyone to see for years to come, as well it should. We will now begin to distribute diplomas to our graduating class. Our first graduate, Stefan Boyd Connolly. Hold that up, Stefan, for a picture there. And proud to announce our next graduate is Michael Davis. Our next graduate is Ayana Dover. Congratulations. Our next graduate is Kais Hilton. Our next graduate, Adina Mosley. There you go. Yeah, big day. Our next graduate is Aaron Mullen. Aaron, congratulations. Our next graduate is Carl Noisette. Carl, congratulations. Our next 2020 graduate is Rajay Norton. And our final graduate for our Wave 4 in our graduation ceremony today is Oluwafemi Apanibo. If I could please get the Wave 4 graduates to come here with their masks and their caps so we can do the tassel flip. We have everybody. We're going to do that tassel flip on a countdown from 3. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Flip it! You did it! Woo! I'd like to call Mr. Dan Larkin, the head of our English department and senior sponsor, to the podium to announce the winner of the Dr. Ben Shapiro Award. Mr. Larkin?
Good afternoon, everyone. Each year, a scholarship is awarded to an outstanding college-bound senior in memory of former Max board president, Dr. Bernard Shapiro. The criteria for the scholarship states that the recipient shall embody Dr. Shapiro's legacy of education, accountability, and responsibility, and shall be awarded the scholarship with the purpose of helping to relieve the growing burden of the cost of college. With this in mind, the staff of Max carefully considers all the graduating seniors to select a student who not only works hard and gets excellent grades, but also demonstrates excellent behavior and treats all others with respect. There were many deserving candidates in the class of 2020, but ultimately we found there was one student who best lived up to the values of this award. For me, the story of this year's award winner goes back to the very first week of school in 2016. Max had just started having a daily homeroom period, and our brand new guidance counselor, Miss O'Brien, let me know that the mother of one of the freshmen in my homeroom had contacted her because she was a little nervous about her daughter making the transition to high school. We agreed to look out for her, and I quietly asked a couple of the older girls in homeroom if they could look out for her, help her get used to her new school. They did. Relatively quickly, this student adjusted to her life at Max. Over the next 4 years, I was able to see this nervous freshman grow into a strong, confident young woman, and a student that any teacher would enjoy teaching. I often observed that this student did the same thing for new students in our homeroom that had been done for her, giving them advice about adjusting to high school, tips for surviving at Max, how to handle difficult teachers. But what made this different is I never had to ask her to do it. She helped people because that's what kind of person Zaria Granger is. Zaria values education, which is evident by her excellent grades and her academic honors she's earned, including being a finalist in last year's science fair. I'm certain her academic excellence will continue when she goes on to college and studies to become a social worker. Zaria embodies accountability, which can be seen in her excellent behavioral record and the high esteem which she's held in by her peers and teachers alike. Zaria demonstrates responsibility through her volunteer work with the Teen Scholars Organization and her role as a captain of her praise dance team. All of these things reflect the actions and the behaviors of someone who consistently tries to do the right things for the right reasons. Before I present her with this award, I'd like to share a sampling of what some of my colleagues have to say about Zaria. Mr. Bagoda said, "It's been an honor seeing Zaria become more confident Max these past 4 years. It's been an honor teaching her, and I know she will go on to do great things." Mr. Nielsen said Zaria has a heart of gold, and she is a role model student. I wish there were more students like her, but she is one of a kind. Ms. Hare said that Zaria is an exceptional artist who creates beautiful work in art class. I remember her creativity and the hard work she put into anything that was asked of her. She consistently absorbs valuable information to create better and better work, and that is the true sign of a Max Scholar. Ms. Hall, Zaria is a kind, soft-spoken, and gentle young lady, and she would not let anyone mistreat her. I know she will be all right in this big and sometimes bad world. Ms. Chambers said Zaria is a wonderful student, and I have no doubt she will succeed in anything she wants. She's eager to learn and is a very respectful, mature young woman. And finally, Ms. Kudoba said it's not often in your career that you meet a student like Zaria. She is undeniably kind, genuine, and respectful. I've been able to watch her grow socially, academically, and personally over her 4 years at Max. I feel as though this is just the beginning for Zaria. She has truly set high standards for herself and grown tremendously in her high school career. Without further delay, I'd like to call Zaria up to present her with this scholarship of $500 that we hope can defray some of the costs for college education. Zaria, I only ask that as if you leave Max, you can continue to embody the values of this award, that you work hard and value your education and work towards making the world a kinder and better place. And this plaque here will hang up in the school with your name on it for as long as the school stands.
Thank you, Mr. Larkin, and congratulations once again, Zaria. And Mom and Dad. We will now call up our graduating seniors to receive their diploma. Our first graduate is Samia Carter. Congratulations. Our next graduate is Zuri Edmond. Congratulations. Our next diploma is for our graduate, Zaria Granger. Our next graduate is graduating with highest honors, our valedictorian, Essence Ishmael. It's mixed up there, let me see. Okay, good. Our next graduate is also graduating with highest honors as well, our salutatorian, Tajay Jackson. Congratulations. Our next graduate is Aisha Littlejohn. Yeah, there's something messed up. There's multiple ones with the wrong ones on. There's two, one for Tajay. There were two of them. Our next graduate is Sierra McGill. And our final graduate for Multicultural Academy Charter Schools class of 2020 is Amani Stevenson. Is Tatiana Hill here? Tatiana Hill? Tatiana Hill. Congratulations, Tatiana. I apologize. I'd like to call all the graduates up here now. Please, if you have a face mask, you need to put the face mask on for the social distancing so we can flip the tassel. and turn around and face your family and your loved ones. I'm going to do a countdown from 3, and we flip the tassel at the end of on 3 when we get down to 0. Countdown starting at 3. 3, 2, 1. Flip it over. You did it. Congratulations once again, graduates of the class of 2020. Don't forget, portraits are available. The gift from Miss Fleming Ramsey, congratulations.